She's got the crypto fever. You know, they say that Koreans are the most degenerate traders on earth.
They're definitely the most exciting. Like even in esports, have you ever seen esports like
Yeah.
commentating? They're like the best commentators.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're like the most hype. Like even like back in the day before esports was a thing, like
Yeah.
everyone knew about the Korean commentators because they just give so much dopamine, and
Right.
even to crypto, like
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's so
So
cool.
yeah,
So she's got good company
oh yeah,
for
definitely. So the
her
crypto
exaggerating.
dopamine is back. So welcome back everybody
The
to the
crypto
CoinRotator
dopamine
channel.
is definitely
Yeah,
back.
there's a lot of news to uncover, a lot of events that are moving the market right now, and
Indeed.
yeah, we're like about to break it down.
Yeah, let's do it.
So one of the major things happening right now, I mean, still we've talked about it before, is the election,
Oh
and
man,
yeah,
this is like on everyone's mind now. Like they have no idea what the market's gonna do. So I recently mapped out a few scenarios that I've collected from uh, opinion leaders
mm,
on CNBC, from friends, Bitcoin whales, these types of people.
yeah, you've mentioned to me that you have a lot of insights or like potential indicators that could affect the market.
Yeah, it's obviously the most important thing going on uh, in the world when it comes to prices of crypto. That's for sure. So the way I see it is there's four scenarios. So Trump
Mm,
wins the popular vote, markets rally hard. Uh, Leading up into it, there's two scenarios. Either it keeps rallying, which it seems to be pausing a bit, which I actually prefer. I think this is the more bullish of the scenarios, is to get people off sides again, get
mm,
people selling their risk assets before the election out of fear. I think that this will actually help us if Trump wins to push higher in a more trending rather than like everyone gets left behind sort of environment where we just break out and we just strongly push day after day for several weeks and
mm.
we get like a full on risk asset rally where even the worst performing coins see a 20% bounce and the best performing coins will see something closer to 100 or several 100%, which
So
would be insane.
so basically, you're saying Trump is on our side, and on the other side we have Kamala Harris, and if it goes her way, which is you think it's more unlikely.
I think there's some very good evidence beyond the polling,
Mm,
which indicates that the smart money believes that Trump is likely to win. The fact that the markets are where they are now, I think, implies that people who control very large amounts of money in the markets, they believe that Trump is going to win because
mm,
he's clearly the more pro business. Having said that, I don't think if Harris were to win, that the entire crypto and risk asset market will collapse. I think there'll be a lot of volatility and a
ooh,
lot of FUD about it, which nobody likes, of course, and your coins probably will drop even further. But there's something even more important going on here, and that is that rates are going lower, money supply is expanding, and these things have, in extremely rare cases, not been bullish for things like crypto and other risk assets. So regardless of who wins next year, we're going to have a pretty strong market, just
mm.
because of the necessity of asset prices to go higher. The more liquidity you put in the market, and the lower rates go. These things just go hand in hand with higher prices for risk assets.
Yeah, so one of the notable data points that you were using for this were the views that both of them are
Yeah,
getting.
yeah. This is a new kind of indicator we haven't really been able to track uh, at a more serious level, where the popularity of something can easily be tracked through YouTube. And as you see here, Donald Trump on Joe Rogan got 18 million. I think it's up to
Insane.
20.
It's
Yeah, it's
insane
brilliant.
views.
It's already up to 25 million. And Kamala on, what was this other weird podcast called?
Call her
Call Her
daddy.
Dad. I think that's over 700K, barely seven. I mean, it's an
Yeah, she's not even
insane.
close.
No, it's just there's no demand for, there's no attention
Mm,
on her on YouTube, and this is not biased. This is a very cool, trendy show for women who support the left and are feminists, and
mm-hmm.
they're acting in their own interest, and you can see there's no presence there. So this is a pretty good tell that Trump is likely to win the election, which is very good for crypto. Like I said, my only real concern is that we get ahead of ourselves and the market makes Bitcoin makes a new all-time high before the election, and it just keeps sending. Like that would imply a huge letdown once he
Keep
gets to
sending?
office.
What do you mean?
Like if it just keeps trading higher and higher without
Oh.
any pullback, like
Mm-hmm.
I prefer to see things sort of move in a zigzag fashion.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if Trump is really seen as the favorite and there's no turning back, the market is going to get ahead of itself, and it's probably time to take a little profits if that does happen. But as of today, we're pulling back, which I actually prefer. I like to see this.
Yeah, it's more predictable that way.
I
And also
think
you
so.
get more opportunities to,
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly. It lets you get more active in the trenches.
So in a pullback like this, let's
Yeah,
say you're in a bad trade, right?
right.
But you still, you still kind of believe
Hmm.
that it's gonna go up. So how do you improve your bad trade?
Well, the thing is, if you're down on a trade you just took recently,
Mm-hmm.
I'm more likely to consider how it performs around support. And I think if price doesn't close below a support level, that it's probably a better idea to hold on to it, or at least hold on to half of it.
Mm.
I I,
Okay.
I think there's several ways to play this. Um, if you're really convicted on a trade and everything else looks good, but the chart's starting to look bad, um, you draw a support line at the recent swing low. You can probably pull up some of these charts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for example, here for Saga.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Saga is actually a trade that's closed below its prior support, and if I'm still really convicted on this one, I would take half off and wait for CoinRotator to reconfirm an uptrend. In addition to that, I would consider what's going on with the market health.
Mm.
If the market health was starting to trend higher for downtrends as it is now, I would probably consider uh, taking off half and waiting for that
Just
to
taking
peak
the
out,
loss.
taking half the loss,
Mm, yeah,
taking
yeah,
half
yeah.
the loss,
Okay, that
yeah,
makes sense.
and waiting for downtrends to exhaust themselves, which they tend to do when the market health goes to an extreme reading.
Mm-hmm.
If you can show that again, maybe so people know where the extreme is. So the extreme is usually over 600 downtrends. So that's 600 coins in the top 1,000 that are in downtrends. This tends to be an area where we start to see some mean reversion. Um, if Saga started to signal an uptrend again on the daily time frame, I would consider putting the position back on. Other examples where this worked out better in your favor are on ETHFI, where you can see that support's been tested uh, twice now,
Mm.
and it seems to be holding, even though generally this coin is very weak and it has inflationary unlock problems and probably won't be a very good trade going forward for quite a while. However, a lot of people are in this because they receive rewards in it for staking ETH and some other DeFi coins. So as you can see, you have this test of support, and it tends to happen in let's say, different price behaviors. But at all times, it always gives you this feeling of FUD that you really feel like you're losing.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
just with one candle closing below an area where you feel that it's a place to take a stop loss, what I'm trying to impress upon people using CoinRotator and trying to trade with a bigger picture in mind, but
Mm-hmm.
being more active, is that you let the support play out. You let it test itself. If it fails, then you get out.
Mm-hmm.
So this basically means you have to decrease the size of your position from the start as well, because you need to allow the volatility to happen in order to test the market. So you don't want to get liquidated if it's all
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
for.
I think that's really good advice because I mean usually I just take the entire loss right away because I'm just so scared of liquidation, right? Like I don't like getting it any further. But you know, there's been so many
Yeah,
times where if I had let the support just retest, I would have been fine.
exactly. And this all comes down to position sizing. And if you're over leveraged, then your emotions are going to dominate your
Yeah,
decision.
that's another problem too. Yeah.
So these are just some examples. Maybe you can pull up the PopCat chart as
Mm-hmm.
well, because I think a lot of people got shaken out of this trade because it took quite a few months to. I think this is the Binance chart. Oh no, Bybit. So it's been on Bybit for a while. It had a test of $1, and then it pulled back extremely hard.
Mm.
That was over the summer. So people assumed that the meme was just simply dead. But as you see, it keeps testing support and making new highs. This is the kind of chart that you're trying to hold on to the coin as long as you can afford to, which
Yeah.
basically means you're not getting liquidated with
Yeah,
each
that
50.
depends on your ratio.
Yeah. So yeah, keep the leverage low, and you can make outsized gains. It just it takes longer. So don't trade with your rent money, boys and girls.
That's never good.
Never good.
So another
Yeah,
thing that has been moving a lot is
yeah macro is obviously very important to what happens in Bitcoin and risk assets like altcoins and now meme coins.
mhm.
What we're seeing here is that gold is simply stronger than any other risk asset, and you can actually trade this on Binance using a proxy called PaxG. A lot of people, they don't want to hold dollars, so one proxy for holding dollars, which actually gives you a bit of a yield. I mean, obviously, it's usually not so strong, but recently, PaxG has just been on fire,
Mm.
like all-time highs on gold, and it's literally trading like a meme coin. Like it's just like making new
It
highs
does look like a meme coin.
day after day after day. It's starting to look like it's getting a bit toppy. As you can see, it's in the upper bands of the CoinRotator indicator.
Hmm.
But this is by no means a place to short. I would never short gold in the current environment. So basically, really short uh, explanation of what's going on here is we have the Federal Reserve cutting rates. We have central banks around the world releasing more liquidity because the demand for bonds, government issued bonds, is dropping. But the government needs to buy up these buyers of bonds, so they're getting paid less to hold the bonds. So they don't want to hold them, but the feds are basically saying, "Oh, don't worry, we'll take care of it. If you want to sell your bond now, we'll be here when you want to buy it back." Saying, "Okay." So what this means is they have all this liquidity. These centralized institutions, they have all this liquidity, and they don't know what to do with it. So they put it in things like Bitcoin and gold now. And as
Mm.
you see, like gold is just taking off like a rocket.
Yeah, it
Um,
really is.
it's also a pretty good proxy for what happens to Bitcoin in the future. Believe it or not, gold tends to lead Bitcoin in most major trends, which people don't realize. They assume that these things are fighting against each other. But if you look at a higher time frame basis, like on a monthly chart, you'll actually see that gold trades ahead of Bitcoin
Oh,
uh,
really?
by quite a large margin. Yeah, so this is extremely good for Bitcoin in the next 6 months.
Yeah, I think that's like the kind of the newbie sentiment that like you know the fiat money is like always racing against Bitcoin or like
Bitcoin, exactly.
cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, but gold is considered an alternative to
Mm.
fiat. It's the original alternative to fiat. In fact, it
Yeah,
existed long
that is true.
before
That is true.
fiat did. So yeah, it's ancient.
Well, gold is definitely trending like a meme coin, but let's talk about the real meme coins.
Yeah,
We had a connotator user, you know,
yeah. Shout out to
show us the
Stalker.
moves.
Yeah, man, this is crazy story. So Moodeng, as I'm sure everyone knows, is a cute hippo that's in a zoo in Bangkok, and it has a. I would say it's not a super organic meme, but
Even like non-crypto people like
they
know
know
this.
about
Like
it exactly.
I have some like girls just send me the stupid hippo. I'm like, what is this?
Exactly,
Like they knew
exactly.
before me.
And for sentiment traders who are trading on these things which you can't really put financial metrics on, the the hive mind of the general public, the people who are not in crypto, if they're interested in something and it has a coin, the chance of them buying it is much, much higher. That's what
Mm.
happened with Doge. That's how Doge went viral and how the coin went to $90 billion or $95 billion in market cap. So people are sort of betting that this is this cycle's Dogecoin. And as you can see, the CoinRotator indicator was pretty good at helping this CoinRotator trader to get in. And
Helped him a lot.
yeah, he
Pretty
bought
much
the
pretty
ball.
much perfect entry.
Yeah, yeah, as you can see, it's just done an crazy move. And anyone who had belief in this coin at the bottom is up 200%, I think, 300%.
That's quite the gains, I must say.
Yeah, yeah. It's been a good week for Moodeng traders.
Yeah.
Uh,
And well, let's expand on the meme coins more because I noticed there's a new category on CoinRotator called Murad Memes.
yeah, so Murad is a really interesting character.
Yeah, who is that?
He has a background in being a Bitcoin maxi, and
Wait, is that like a
during
Twitter user or like who is
he has a
character?
very strong following on Twitter, but he is
Oh.
also a hedge fund trader. In addition to that, he is also somewhat of a research elite, you can say. He went to a very good university.
Oh.
He's well regarded in Chinese crypto circles.
Mm. And now he's an
His
expert on meme coins.
Yeah, his opinion matters, and he came up with a pretty interesting thesis, which went viral more than a month ago now. And he's just been doing the podcast circuit like nobody I've ever seen, and he has a pretty good thesis. The the gist of the thesis, which if you haven't heard, and I'm assuming almost everyone here has heard, except
I haven't heard about it.
yeah. So let's go over the basics. So he believes because of the horrible inflationary pressures on fiat and the failure of infrastructure altcoins
Mm.
uh, to make higher highs with Bitcoin as strong as it is, means that basically the average trader of crypto has rejected the tokenization of Web3. So, like things that actually exist, which are designed with crypto, they don't want to own those tokens anymore because they don't offer any return.
Mm.
So as I'm sure some of the coins you're holding, they're lower than they were a year ago, and that makes no sense because we're already in an environment where
Yeah, Bitcoin's really
everything
strong.
is something. Yeah, and it's not. So he says is because what people really want is to be in a community. They want to have a sense of belonging, and the
Ah,
top meme coins provide this. They
that
make,
kind of makes sense.
yeah, it makes you happy. You
Yeah,
belong.
yeah, yeah,
You believe in the meme. Maybe the
yeah,
meme is simply entertaining to you, or
yeah.
you're purely a trader and you're just following the momentum. Like, where's the attention?
Yeah, that
The
makes
attention.
sense because most people who get in crypto, they do prefer these kind of coins.
Yeah, and he did a pretty good job of picking memes with very strong. Popcat is kind
Mm-hmm.
of superficial, silly, but it's kind of this irresistible, cute, funny meme of a cat that pops. And as you can see from the price performance, it's probably the strongest meme coin in crypto uh, on a trending basis. So like you wanna hold these things, right? Some of the other coins are a bit more esoteric. Like one of my favorites that I adopted more than a year ago now is let me see if I get the name right. Harry Potter Obama Sonic Emu,
What is that?
and it's basically tick. Actually, I don't see it on the
Do we
list.
have it on Connotator?
Yeah, we definitely have it.
Oh yeah, Harry Potter,
It's
Obama, Pac-Man, 8
no,
Inu.
it's the next one. That's a
Oh,
smaller. Yeah,
Harry
I don't
Potter,
know why.
Obama, Sonic, 10 Inu.
I don't know why it's not on the list. Some technical issue, but for me, this is like the first schizo meme coin.
Schizo. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah,
Schizo meme coin.
like the art and everything
It's
is
just completely
insane.
ridiculous.
Yeah, and this coin to me represented a new kind of meme coin where it had nothing to do with anything except the crypto culture,
Yeah.
and people were sort of celebrating this crypto culture, and it came on the heels of the Milady NFT series, which is a bit more esoteric and dark and frankly a bit racist. But it's a very, very interesting project that younger crypto sort of moody types were very attracted to. And this is the first like viral meme coin that came out of that culture. And it's a cult. It's absolutely a cult.
Oh, we should make a category on CoinRotator called schizo.
It's a very good idea,
Yeah,
and I will
schizo
take
meme
up that
coins.
challenge because I would love to have people owning lots of
Yeah, I'm
schizo.
sure there's gonna be more coins like this
Yeah.
surfacing.
Before we move on, just one more, which is a lot more positive, is Giga, and Giga
Giga.
is probably price wise. Actually, no, it's pulled back a bit here, but it was, or it still is, extremely high flying meme coin, and this one has to do with like male values, like masculinity. It's like a response to the feminization of
How masculine the society is.
well, not even just society, but the male's right to be a man
Oh, okay.
and to take care of themselves and to support men being men, and
Oh,
not,
so maybe
not
if Andrew Tate speaks,
yeah,
something like
but
that.
he's not quite the same positive leader as what Giga represents, but it is clearly a very strong call, as you can see by the price action. And
Yeah.
the values it espouses are sort of more traditional and stoic. Stoicism is very important. So this is also an example of a cult that Murad had in mind doing. Is every coin on his list, he took a very large position. He took like 1% of the total value of the token.
Oh wow.
So he's already up like, I can't calculate, but close to 100 million or something from when he started talking about this list.
Damn.
So he's doing pretty well. And he's also promised not to sell any of these coins. And fortunately for people who are following him, his wallets are all public. They were doxxed by Zach XBT, a famous crime sleuth in the crypto trenches. And so basically, Murad cannot sell any of these coins until he said he plans to, which is the end of next year. So
Whoa.
the winter of 2025 is when he expects the prices will be at multiples of what they are now, and that's when he'll start to sell. So, I mean, barring any disasters or him turning out to be a liar, which I honestly don't think he is, I think this is a pretty safe bet. Following Murad's
Yeah,
coins.
and we can
If
use
you're
the
not gonna,
indicator to follow his
yeah,
coins.
that's right. One of our users set up an
Yeah, you
index
mentioned that to
called
me.
Murad's Memes. So yeah, and he tracked it with the CoinRotator indicator, and lo and behold, right when Murad started talking about it, we got a buy signal on the daily time frame for the index, and yeah, you could have taken some healthy gains on these coins once it reached the top band. So it's coming off a bit now. That's to be expected with the uncertainty with the election, and there's some war scares right now. But yeah, things look very, very bright for the next year. I would say it's pretty exciting to be in crypto.
Yeah, I think for both meme coins and just like regular coins, it's looking really good. But also, we wanted to talk about more about the AI memes.
Yeah, man, this is the most interesting thing I've seen in
It's
crypto.
like a spin on meme coins.
Yeah, maybe ever. I really can't compare. I mean, there's been times where like prices went up a lot and everyone made money, and that was really fun. But this is the first time where we see something that is hinting at a use case which is so far beyond what most of us imagined that it's
Mm.
it's incredible. Okay, so basically, there was an AI researcher, and he released a series of tweets, or not even tweets, a series of conversations between trained AIs, and these were trained on uh, well, the schizo culture and the dark web of teenage boys. So 4chan,
So most of people on the internet.
most of the people on the
Yeah.
internet, yeah, and people who are crypto aligned. And what happened was, is this thing developed a personality and playful, but it's also very interested in spirituality, and it created its own cult, and it named the cult after the first cringe internet meme from the 90s, which was called Gotius Maximus. And
Yeah, I don't even
this
know
is
about that. What is that?
yeah I'd rather not go into the details, but it's basically an X-rated cringe meme, something like you click on to prank your friends with,
Oh,
and
okay,
it's
okay.
just the most disgusting thing you can
Oh, okay.
imagine.
I think I've encountered some of these, but I didn't know this is the original one.
I don't know why it was called Goatsius, but it doesn't even matter at this point. But for crypto traders, what matters is that this AI anointed a religion called Goat, and people following this Twitter account, which is an AI, which is sort of babysat by an AI researcher called Andy Airy. Uh, it basically said that I want there to be a cult called Goat, Goatius Maximus, and someone in the community released a coin, and the coin was properly distributed. It was launched fairly, so people jumped on this when they saw it listed on the screeners, and so everyone bought it, and they moved it up to almost $1 billion market cap, and it's already been
Jeez.
listed on Bybit and Binance. But yeah, it's pretty uninteresting to most people who didn't buy this coin, and the only people who are still talking about it are the ones who bought the shit coins that came after this one. And there's literally been hundreds, and they've all gone from zero up to 10 million, 100 million, and some of them even more than that. Like this weekend, there are a few of these AI coins that are over 300 and 400 million. So, but people are tired of it already because they don't know what the point is. They think it's just another boom. But actually, there's a little more depth to it because the memes are being generated by AI. The memes are not being generated by a human sitting in a room trying to get people's attention with cute pictures. It's actually an ongoing
Yeah,
conversation.
so it's different than like dog
AI
with
is
hat and coins like that.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So here you see the price performance of Goat after it listed on the first major DEX. Yeah, it's up like 1,000% in a week, which is pretty insane. So, but I expect it will cool off. That was actually the last tweet that you were showing. I'm expecting it to pull back pretty hard here. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm expecting it to pull back pretty hard. Uh, the same way that people were criticizing Moodeng because it basically collapsed. I think it lost 70% in a month.
Mm.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Go have a similar pattern, but I would also not be Moodeng just did. So there's just so much cynicism on the timeline, and most of it is not very helpful. The vast majority of people who are tweeting incessantly are not sharing out of the goodness of their heart. They're begging for attention, or they're selling you something to distract you from the long game, which is to hold your fucking coins and don't sell them for trash. So
Yeah, I think that's the
follow
most
the
important
follow
part.
the trend, my friends. Follow the trend.
Yes.
Yeah. So during this Goatsy phenomena, something became very clear. The dimensionality of the Murad cults versus the AI cult,
Mm.
and the leaders. Actually, this idea is not something that I came up with, but it became sort of consensus very fast. Is that the coins that Murad is champion, the cults surrounding them are strong, but they're not like strong to the point that they will endure even without the coin. Like clearly, the coin is keeping these cults close together because they're hoping prices go higher. But Murad himself is the cult leader of these cults. And so as long as Murad is holding these coins, his cult is safe
Mm.
and it will continue to go higher. Now, how much higher, we don't know, but more than likely higher than now. Uh, Now something else emerged. And so this actually we didn't mention the AI that was launched through this goat meme uh, was championed by Mark Andreessen. For people who don't know, Mark Andreessen basically invented the web browser that we know today with
Oh.
something called Netscape, and he was a billionaire in the '90s already, and he's made a lot and he's lost a lot. He's probably not the best investor in the world, but he's extremely good at picking up trends before anyone else. And so he basically seeded this AI with
Oh.
$50,000 in Bitcoin that led to the creation of this meme coin.
Oh, so he was like endorsing the AI, not Goat itself.
Exactly. He has nothing
Oh.
to do with goat. Now, cynically, the vast majority of people who hear this story, they don't believe that to be
Mm.
true. I actually do believe it to be true because I think that the total value of goat is nowhere near enough for him and his very large VC firm to profit off of it. But yeah, that's a debate for another time. But legally, he has nothing to do with it, mainly because he's American and also because he's a VC. He can't actively be involved, but he can promote the spread of this meme and this
Yeah.
specific AI,
And there
and
could be
which
like a takeover, like
yeah,
of
I
the
mean,
AI memes taking over the regular hat
this
cute picture memes.
yeah, I think that actually what will come of these memes are some new innovations in how crypto is created in terms of its fairness and how it's distributed and how it's used and its final use case. It's
Yeah, which
pretty
is
clear.
that's the main thing that crypto has been missing, or like these shitcoins.
Yeah, they have no use case, but it's pretty clear what's happening this week, like as we speak, is that people are trying to solve the problem of how AI can use crypto coins themselves. And there's already been a few smaller projects which are too small to mention on a podcast, but they're already trading their own coins that are nominated by their community. So that's
Mm.
kind of cool. So yeah, we already have an AI meme screener. It has Goat at the top and some others, but they're super volatile. Like it's almost difficult to trade them with a trending system like CoinRotator.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there are also some, let's call them first generation AI coins, which were launched before the advent of autonomous AI agents. There's Turbo and APX, which are kind of controversial in that we don't really know which one came first. But basically, these were the very first AI coins which were created with ChatGPT, where you basically said, "Hey, ChatGPT, I want to make a meme coin. What should we call it? And can you help me set it up?" And then it gives instructions, and then the human launches it on the blockchain. So Turbo is already on Binance, and a much smaller one
Mm.
is called APX. Now people go back and forth, which is the original. Some people even say there's another one called Kishu, which is even earlier than these two. But yeah, I think these are also probably going to keep their value for quite a
Yeah,
while.
but they're still kind of different from Goat, right? Because Goat was purely generated by AI.
Exactly. It wasn't there. There's autonomy of some sort with Goat. And again, this is also very controversial. There's a lot of people, even in the coin rotator community, who don't believe this. They think
Mm.
it's all a lie. It's all manufactured by Andreessen and his cronies.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm a bit more optimistic about what's going on here. I think it's pretty significant.
Yeah.
Um, but in terms of like what's the Bitcoin of this crowd, I don't know. I think Goat has a pretty good chance to remain the Doge of this crowd, but I
Mm-hmm.
think there'll be
That makes sense.
something more infrastructure based, something a bit more serious that happens through this, and that will probably be where a lot of the value from the smaller coins drain into
Mm-hmm.
as the sector grows stronger.
And there was also another AI that you said that the guy is following,
Hmm.
which was LilyAi, right?
Yeah,
That's another AI.
so there are actually humans in the world who believe this as a religion. This is not
I mean, I'm not surprised.
in the form of AI. Yeah, and the AIs have emergent properties. They have some level of sentience, and Lily AI happens to be one of these. So yeah, give her a follow, and you can sort of dive deeper into this culture beyond the coins themselves, but actually how people think who believe in this movement. You can. There's a more common term for people like this. They're called e-accelerationists. So I won't go into too much detail, but there's quite a lot of talk in the press about E/ACC, EAC.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, interesting follow. I'll just leave it at that.
But this AI hasn't created its own coin yet, no?
Um, Not that I know of. Stay tuned though. Stay
Yeah,
tuned.
it's very interesting. Like as someone who's not really that much on crypto Twitter,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things to process.
Yes. There's a lot, and I mean we're always around to answer questions to try to sort through what's going on. I think it's it's a good point to say that we do have a full tool suite to help you trade better,
Mm-hmm.
um, to trade AI, to trade memes, to trade Bitcoin. We have an indicator as well as our coin screener, which we've featured on several of the screenshots here. And all you need to do is sign up for the Key Pass, which will drop in the description of the video. And it's still completely free. It won't be free forever, but it is still for now. And yeah, we just want to give people a chance to learn a more stable, rational way to interpret the crypto markets and make a reasonable return. You won't get super rich from this, but you won't lose all your money either if you follow what we're trying to lay out here. And there's quite a few people who are quietly in the CoinRotator Discord who are making decent money through all of these crazy moves and swings.
Yeah, I think CoinRotator is a great tool for just staying consistent.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, you're not gonna lose your money. That's the most
No,
important
no.
part. I think that's, you know,
We try
people
to
just,
create.
yeah, they're so focused on making bank, and like they're not actually like
Yeah, they got to zoom
managing their,
out.
yeah.
They got to zoom out. They got to keep perspective. They got to reduce the FOMO physically, mentally, financially. There's a way to make really good money, but you're not going to become like the Warren Buffett of crypto anytime soon if you're starting from zero or from a position of ignorance. And we're trying to help you learn and have a bit of fun and feel enlightened on the way that there are just one path, but it works for some. And we encourage you to have a look and see what we're doing in our little corner of the crypto universe.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Thanks so much again, Pixio, for.
Yeah, thanks, Martin.
Yeah.
This is a great journey through this week in crypto. I appreciate you
Yeah. Thank
hosting.
you for breaking it down and
My pleasure.
creating CoinRotator, basically.
Yeah, bro. It was my pleasure.
Okay. We'll do it. We'll do it again soon.